What's up, PFL? It's Kennedy Smith sitting here with Clay Collar. We just got done with the weigh-in, so now we're gonna get some breakfast. What are you thinking about getting on this menu? Everything?
Yes. I want to order one of everything and an extra pancake.
Yeah, sounds about right.
No, for real though, I was looking at the breakfast platter, but I think I might switch it up and do the breakfast bowl. Breakfast potatoes, bacon sausage, scrambled eggs, some cheese, topped with pico de gallo and a chipotle sauce.
Yum. Do you have to be careful, like putting too much in all at once? It's gonna make you sick.
Yes, and I definitely don't want to feel like bloated during the fight, so you really do want to be careful with what you eat now leading up to it.
Yeah. So what did you end up weighing in at this morning?
I was 155.4 pounds.
You had 0.6 to spare. You could have probably eaten some this morning.
Yeah, maybe drink a little water this morning might have been nice.
We can get you some now. What did you actually start out at? How much did you have to lose?
So I cut about 8 pounds of just water.
Okay. All right, well, let's get you ordered, get you some breakfast, and then we can talk a little bit about it.
Freshly brewed coffee and a chilled apple juice. Yeah, and then I'm going to do the breakfast bowl. And can I get a side of pancakes, small pancake?
Okay.
I'm gonna do the fruit parfait.
Go, Clay.
Is that first bite heaven? All right, well, as delicious as all of that looks, I'm sure it's not what you were fantasizing about during the depths of your cut. So when you were just dying of starvation, what is the meal that you just dream about?
So this time it was ice cream. I wanted to eat some salted caramel ice cream with cookie dough.
Not like a cheeseburger or something?
You
That doesn't even sound filling.
When you're in that sauna and you're hot, you just want some cold, yummy ice cream.
Got a wife, 4 boys. When you're in the middle of all the cutting and starving, is home life just absolutely hell for them?
It's hell for them and for me because all of my family are fatties. So they sit there and they'll...
Your wife is right there.
She'll be making cookies, and this last time we had her brother and sister over, and they brought home a pizza box full of tacos.
Oh, yeah.
They all ate the tacos in front of me while I had my little meal. And then after they ate tacos, they had snacks. They had chocolate nuggets, Hershey's chocolate nuggets, and chocolate covered pretzels and ice cream bars. And then after the ice cream bars, we were watching the fights, and they decided they were going to cook some brownies and some cookies and have some ice cream all right in front of me.
Salted caramel ice cream?
No, luckily. They might have got cut if that were the case.
And what are you doing during all this time? Just sitting there stewing?
Drinking water. I was just drinking water and trying not to be an asshole.
Do you ever use like Mio or something just to make the water more interesting?
So I do the Zevia.
Okay.
I don't know if you've had a Zevia, but those are my go-to.
What are these shirts that you guys have on? Looks like we got a nice ginger, and it says, "I'm uglier than you." What's the story behind this one?
I've never seen the movie, so Clay's
So,
probably going to have to...
There is a movie that me and my older brother swear by. It's one of the best movies ever. It's called California with a K. It's got Brad Pitt in it. There's a scene in the movie where he beats this guy up, and the traveling companion that he's with goes like, "You're crazy, I could never do that." And Brad Pitt says, "I just pick out the biggest Yankee son of a bitch in there and say, I'm uglier than you." So it's like, I'm tougher than you, right? I'm uglier than you. So it's a little,
Kind of my motto.
Took that on as your own thing?
yeah.
So I know that you're known for having like a really high output in your fights. It takes a lot of energy to be able to do that. So how do you balance being able to keep up your energy to have that high output, yet also be able to cut and make weight? Is there like a trick to balancing that?
In my opinion, it's how much water I sweat. I'm talking to some of these other guys and just hearing hearsay like they're cutting 15, 14, plus pounds of water, where I'm doing 8 at the most is what I like. So I think that has a lot to do with it. Another thing is I'm just in phenomenal shape. So that's just hours and hours in the gym.
All right, it's time to hear y'all's stories. I want to know your very best story about Clay just in the depths of his cut. What has he said to y'all, done to y'all? Give it to me.
Clay was a featherweight, so he wasn't, just cutting to 55. Now he's cutting to 145. We were 4 days out. It was 160 pounds. And we're in the hot tub, getting him, sweating, water loading, all the things you're going to do before you go, and do the cut or whatever. And you just laugh through the process, and Clay's always got a good attitude. And I think that's why he's been so, successful in his career, right? He's got the best attitude when we're doing the hard things. And that's what a champion, has to have to win.
Okay. All right, what about you? Mm-hmm. Anything a little more brutal than that? He just sounded so nice, gassed him up.
I mean, he's a champion.
Our worst cut was in Saudi Arabia. We had a 14, 15 pound cut. And if I saw him with low energy, it was on that day. We spent 4 hours in the sauna. Sitting in silence. And I was talking to him about food. If there's one thing we can do is we can always talk about
by
food.
talking about
No, we were talking about what are we gonna eat when the cut's over? What do you want to eat? Yeah, and you just
sounds like torture.
Right. In that moment, when you're sucking all that weight, you're not thinking about the fight. You're thinking about what's the first thing I'm gonna eat. What's the first thing I'm gonna drink?
Yeah.
All right, give me your story, your cut story. You're the one that's in the house with him, the kids. Anything funny?
Not funny, just irritating.
Brutal?
I think just weight cut in general and dieting, just like we have 4 boys, so they like to eat snacks, chocolate, cookies, all that stuff. And so, sometimes he'll like walk by and he's just like, when I get home, and sometimes he'll save things. Like he'll be like, this is mine when I get home.
In the house.
And I'm like, that's gonna be stale when you get home. Like, it's not even gonna be good. And he's like, I don't care. This is mine. Like, nobody touch it.
All right, well, I'll leave you to finish your breakfast.
Thank you.
Thank you for letting me sit down with you guys. Quite lovely. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Hopefully, put on some weight and have a good fight.
Yes, ma'am.